Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. It's easy to get caught up in the past, thinking about what went wrong, what could have been different. It's just as easy to lose ourselves in the future, worrying about what's next, stressing over things that haven't even happened yet. But in doing so, we often forget the most important thing, today. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the past or constantly worry about the future. We replay old mistakes, dwell on missed opportunities, or stress over what's coming next. But the reality is, the past is gone and the future is uncertain. The only moment we truly have control over is right now, today. Living in the present means fully embracing the here and now. It's about being mindful of your actions, thoughts, and emotions in this moment, rather than letting your mind wander into regret or anxiety. When we are fully present, we experience life more deeply. We enjoy conversations instead of just hearing words. We savor meals instead of just eating. We appreciate our surroundings rather than rushing through them. One of the biggest obstacles to living in the present is distraction. We spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing our lives to others, or worrying about things beyond our control. But when we learn to shift our focus to what we can do today, we find clarity and purpose. Instead of saying, "I'll start tomorrow," we take action now. Instead of waiting for happiness in the future, we find joy in the little things happening around us. Practicing gratitude is a great way to stay present. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to appreciate the day ahead. When you're with loved ones, put away distractions and truly engage with them. The more we focus on today, the richer our experiences become. Life happens in the present, not in the memories of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. When we learn to be present, we make the most of today and ultimately the most of our lives. Taking action is the key to progress. Too often, people wait for the perfect moment to start something new, a dream, a project, a healthy habit, or even a simple conversation. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. The only time we truly have is now. If we keep waiting, we risk letting opportunities slip away. Procrastination is one of the biggest barriers to success. It's easy to make excuses, telling ourselves we're not ready, that we need more time, or that we'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, or even years. The only way to move forward is to take the first step, no matter how small. Action creates momentum. Once you start, it becomes easier to keep going. One of the most effective ways to take action today is to set clear, achievable goals. Instead of thinking about the big picture and feeling overwhelmed, break it down into smaller steps. Want to start a business? Make a plan today. Want to get healthier? Take a short walk or choose a nutritious meal now. Small actions compound over time and lead to big results. Fear of failure also holds many people back from taking action. But failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every successful person has faced setbacks. The difference is, they didn't let fear stop them. They learned, adapted, and kept moving forward. At the end of the day, it's not about waiting for the right time, it's about making this time count. Don't overthink it, don't wait for permission, take action today, because the sooner you start, the sooner you grow, learn, and achieve what you've always wanted. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to overlook the small moments that bring joy. We often focus on big achievements, graduations, promotions, major life events, while forgetting that life is made up of countless tiny moments that, when appreciated, create true happiness. Learning to notice and cherish these moments can change the way we experience life. A simple sunrise, a kind word from a friend, the sound of laughter, or the warmth of a hug, these small things are often dismissed as ordinary, but they are the essence of life. When we become aware of them, we start to realize that happiness isn't something we need to chase in the future. It's already around us, waiting to be recognized. One way to appreciate small moments is to slow down and be present. Instead of rushing through a meal, take a moment to enjoy the flavors. Instead of scrolling through your phone while talking to a loved one, truly listen and engage. When we pay attention, we create meaningful experiences rather than just passing through them. Gratitude plays a big role in appreciating life's small joys. By focusing on what we do have rather than what we lack, we develop a mindset of contentment. Keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down even the smallest things you're thankful for each day, can help shift your focus to positivity. At the end of life, it's not always the grand achievements that people remember most. It's the small, beautiful moments that made life feel full. By learning to appreciate them now, we create a life rich with joy, connection, and meaning, rather than one spent always waiting for something bigger to make us happy. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to growth. It holds people back from taking risks, trying new things, and pursuing their dreams. Fear of failure, rejection, or uncertainty can create self-doubt, making it easier to stay in the comfort zone rather than step into the unknown. But the reality is, growth only happens when we move beyond fear. Many people wait until they feel ready before they take action, but readiness is often an illusion. The truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. The most successful people don't let fear stop them. They take action despite it. They understand that fear is a natural part of any new challenge, and that pushing through it is what leads to confidence and success. One way to overcome fear is to change how we see failure. Instead of viewing it as something negative, we can see it as a learning experience. Every mistake or setback provides valuable lessons. Some of the greatest innovators, like Thomas Edison or Steve Jobs, faced repeated failures before achieving success. The difference is they didn't let those failures define them. They learned, adjusted, and kept moving forward. Taking small steps is another way to break free from fear. If a goal feels overwhelming, start with something manageable. Want to improve public speaking? Start by speaking up in small group discussions. Want to start a new career? Begin by learning new skills or networking with professionals in the field. Each small step builds confidence and makes fear less intimidating. At the end of life, people often regret the chances they didn't take more than the mistakes they made. Fear may never fully go away, but it doesn't have to control your decisions. The moment you stop letting fear hold you back, you open the door to new possibilities, growth, and success. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We get caught up in work, social media, and daily routines, often neglecting the things that bring real joy and fulfillment. But when we take the time to prioritize what genuinely matters, our passions, relationships, and personal growth, we create a life with deeper meaning and purpose. One of the biggest challenges in prioritizing what matters is learning to say no. Many people fill their schedules with commitments that don't align with their values or goals, simply because they feel obligated. But time is a limited resource, and every moment spent on something unimportant is a moment taken away from something meaningful. Being intentional with your time means focusing on activities and people that bring value to your life. Relationships are one of the most important aspects of a meaningful life. No amount of success or money can replace the joy of genuine connections with loved ones. Making time for family, friends, and meaningful conversations strengthens bonds and creates lasting memories. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can give someone is your presence and attention. Another key aspect of prioritizing what matters is investing in personal growth. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, or working toward a passion project, dedicating time to self-improvement leads to long-term happiness. It's easy to put these things off, thinking there will always be more time later, but the truth is, later is never guaranteed. By intentionally focusing on what truly matters, life becomes more fulfilling. Instead of being busy just for the sake of being busy, you start living with purpose. And at the end of the day, it's not about how much you did. It's about whether you spent your time on things that truly made a difference. At the end of each day, we often reflect on how much we accomplished or how much we didn't. But one of the most powerful questions to ask ourselves before going to bed is, did I make the most of today? This simple question encourages us to evaluate our actions, choices, and mindset, helping us make each day count. If the answer is no, it gives us the opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve tomorrow. Living without regret doesn't mean living perfectly. It's not about achieving every goal or completing every task. It's about being mindful of how we spent our time and energy. It's about making conscious choices, being present, and knowing that even if things didn't go as planned, we gave our best effort. One way to avoid regret is to prioritize the things that align with our values and goals. When we are clear on what truly matters to us, whether it's family, health, personal growth, or career, our actions become more intentional. We start to make choices that reflect our deepest desires rather than being distracted by outside pressures or fleeting distractions. Another way to live with no regrets is to embrace imperfection. Not every day will be perfect, and that's okay. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's part of life. What matters is how we respond to those challenges. Do we give up, or do we learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward? At the end of the day, the small choices we make, the moments we take to connect with others, practice gratitude, or take a step toward our goals, create the foundation for a fulfilling life. By reflecting on our actions daily and striving to make each moment count, we can look back with fewer regrets and a greater sense of purpose.